welcome to Salt City Knits. I'm Emily, and this is a podcast all about my making life. And today I'll be talking primarily about knitting, but I'm also going to have my cute youngest daughter, Abby, on to show you an amazing crochet project. Actually, two that she's finished. So let's just dive right in. First off, you can find me on Ravelry as Salt City Knits, and on Instagram as Salt City Knits and Yarnbrary, and all of my patterns and my yarn are also available at yarnbrary.com. It has been a couple of weeks since I have recorded an episode, and I got sick again, so that is why. It has just been brutal. I'm actually kind of trepidatious to record a podcast today because I'm going to come on here and say, guess what? I'm all better. I feel great. And I'm afraid I'm going to get sick again tomorrow because that has happened multiple times. So cross your fingers for me, please, that I don't get sick again. I actually am doing great right now. So, man, I'm just not a fan of it being sick and it being winter, and it's just still barely January. And wow, what a January already, isn't it? I mean, the world is insane. There's so much hard stuff happening, and yet I just feel like I still get so much peace from my faith, my family, and the fiber arts. Like, that's really what gets me through all of this. So let's talk about fiber arts. But actually, I want to do a little catch up on our family and just some little fun things and one really big thing. So first, well, actually two really big things. I mentioned on my last episode that our son Isaac is going to be serving a mission for our church. And thanks for everybody who just gave so many wonderful comments of support for him. And we really appreciate that. He actually started his kind of missionary training. They do classes and seminars and studies and stuff. And he's been doing that for the past week at home. And then on Wednesday, he goes for 2 weeks to this really awesome like missionary training center that we have here in Salt Lake. There's several of them around the world, but we have the biggest one here in Utah. And it's not in Salt Lake, but it's in Utah. So he'll be going on Wednesday to do that. And we won't see him in person for 2 years. We're saying goodbye to him for 2 years. We'll get to talk to him every week, FaceTime with him, email with him, you know, all that kind of stuff, and know how he's doing and be in contact and everything. But we won't see him in person for 2 years. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. But it's amazing. He is our third of 4 children, and he's our third one to serve a mission for our church. It's been an amazing, wonderful, fulfilling experience for our older 2 children, and Isaac is very excited. And I think he's just really ready to kind of get on with it. He's been doing this training at home, and he is not somebody who thrives in a sit at your desk at a screen for 9 hours kind of situation. So he's made the best of it, but he's such a people person. And he's just, even though he's talking to people, it's all through a screen. And he's just like, I need to be with people. So he'll be really excited to get on to the next stage. He's doing just great though. So we're excited for him. It's hard to say goodbye. It's super hard, but it's one of those things that we choose to do. And we get so many, and we have seen so many blessings come to our family when you make those sacrifices, but you're doing it for something you really believe in. So that is, 2 days, day after tomorrow. Kind of crazy. Other things, what else have we been doing? As a family, we all went out to dinner to kind of have a last meal out with Isaac before he leaves. So we went to Rodizio Grill, which is a Brazilian steakhouse. It's the kind of thing where they come around to your table with different meats all on these skewers and carve off pieces for you. And then there's like a salad buffet and stuff. And we all got, none of us drink, and so we all got virgin pina coladas. They were in these big pineapples. It was very fun and festive and elaborate, and it was really fun. I think I have some pictures that I'll put in of that. So we really enjoyed that time together. And then we also celebrated my oldest daughter, Aria, her birthday, and She's so cute. She loves all things fairies and woodland and kind of cottage core, you know, kind of just that really cute vibe. She loves anything to do with mushrooms and fairies. She put together a bunch of cute little crafts that I need to grab mine. One second. So as part of her party, instead of just doing party favors, she wanted everybody to have the opportunity to do some crafts. So we have these little bags of crafts. And these are the ones that I did. First of all, we just made these bookmarks. You buy the like jar 2-layer stickers, and then she bought the dried flowers and we just put them together. So I made this one, and then I made this one. Aren't they cute? They're just so fun. And I think I'm probably gonna punch a hole in the top of each one and put a little bit of ribbon in them. So we did those. And then she had some little fairy dust bottles. These are full of glitter. She prepared these in advance so that we weren't all messing with glitter at her house, for which I am grateful. I am not a big fan. I mean, I love sparkly things, but I do not like messing with glitter. I don't like it all over my house. I don't like it stuck to me. So I'm glad she did that. She put these two together thinking, oh, those are my mom colors. And it's kind of interesting because look at my nails and look at my sweater. I mean, they're kind of perfect. So those are really fun. And then we painted little mushrooms, little wooden mushrooms. So this is the one that I painted. Very simple. And then just had some stickers that we could go through, and I pulled a pile of them. Just some fun. They're like the vinyl waterproof stickers. And look, one of them was a spinning wheel. So of course I grabbed that one. And then there's other just floral ones and so on. They're good for sticking in my planner, or you can put them on your water bottle or whatever. I just thought that was pretty cute. We did that. We just had dinner and played Quiplash. I don't know if you're familiar with Quiplash. It's one of those games where you can pull it up on, like on your TV online. You go to quiplash.tv, I think. And then you can play games where everybody logs in with their phone, and they're just fun little games that you can play as a group. And had cake, and I gave her her birthday present, which I'm gonna show you in just a minute. So the biggest, and then the next biggest, I mean, I guess Isaac leaving is huge. Here's another huge one. Richard started a new job today. So I know so many of you have had us in your prayers. We have so felt that. Thank you. It has been 13 months. In fact, tomorrow it will be a full 13 months exactly since he lost his job. And man, the last year has been amazing. Honestly, it's been hard, but mostly it's been good. There's been, you know, hard things with money for sure, but mostly it's been amazing. And it's kind of hard to kind of close the door on that era of Richard being home with us all the time and working as my full-time Yarnbrary slave. He calls himself my yarn slave. And I know he will be helping me still from time to time, but you know, I'm carrying on with Yarnbrary, and he started a new job today. And I think it's going to be exactly what we need. He will be a mechanic still, but it will not be in a high pressure and therefore high corruption kind of situation, which has been the reason that he doesn't go along with that. And that makes people not happy. And that's why he lost his job, was because he wouldn't go along with the garbage that people do. So this is in a completely different situation. He'll be taking care of a fleet. It's all internal. So it's, you know, perfect. I think it's going to be really perfect for him. It is snowing a lot right now, kind of all of a sudden. Kind of exciting. Abby is here. Do you want to grab a chair?
Sure.
Okay. Anyway, Abby's here joining me. I'm so happy to have her. And I was just talking about how all of a sudden the snow is coming down like crazy. We've had almost no snow so far this winter. So it's kind of, I mean, we need it. We need the water here. We live in a desert, so we depend on snow for our water for the year. But also yuck, because you guys have a lot of driving to do.
Yeah, up to Lehigh.
Yeah, Abby and Richard will be going to her choir this afternoon and evening, so it's a little ways away. But we're excited about Richard's job. We're really happy that things have come together the way it really feels like this is exactly what should have happened. This is where he should be. And it's hard to adjust to him not being here. I've really missed him. Because even though today's like his official start date, he's been gone the last few days. Well, yesterday was Sunday. He doesn't do anything on Sundays but where he's just been kind of like trying to get things organized and set up for him to go. So I'm like, man, he's gone. And today I had to dye yarn without him. What?
I don't have a yarn slave anymore.
I know, I don't have a yarn slave. Rude. So let's talk about projects. Do you want to show yours first?
Sure.
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. Abby started out, you've knit a baby sweater before, but knitting isn't really your love, is it?
Not really.
No.
I'm more of a crocheter, I've discovered.
She really loves crochet. So we were making some handmade gifts for Christmas, and she found a picture, I think it was on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Of a little granny square bandana with like ties, so you could tie it and wear it like a bandana on your hair. And she ended up making 2 of those for Jessica, for Isaac's girlfriend Jessica. And you just immediately got so into granny squares.
I thought they were fun.
So while she was still working on those, she was like, Mom, look at this. I really want to make a vest. You found a picture on Pinterest again. And it was, you could look at the vest and you could tell what the layout of the squares were and everything. And so I had some yarn in my stash that I pulled out, and that's what she's used. So do you want to show us, what do you want to show us first?
We can start with this.
Okay. So she also made,
It's a headband.
look how cute that is.
Super fun. I used the leftover yarn from the vest to make this. I thought it was fun.
And so how did you do it? You just made, what, 5 little granny squares?
And then you just sewed them together, and then I did granny, what's it called?
Like granny stripes,
Granny
but they
stripes.
graduated.
Yeah, to the end, and then just...
And you just did a crochet chain, or did you crochet down and back?
I crocheted down and back.
So you made a chain and then single crocheted back?
Yeah.
For your edge. And then this is really fun. She just came up with this all on her own and just showed it to me after she had finished it. So she did a granny stripe and then just tied it off and wove in her ends, and then did 3 little clusters and wove in the ends, and then 2 and then 1. Yep. So you had ends for each one of those rows.
Yeah, but it wasn't too bad.
You don't seem to mind weaving in ends at all?
No, not at all. I think it's kind of fun.
So isn't that adorable? It's so cute. Do you have any pictures with it on?
I might.
We'll put it on after this and take a picture, and I'll put it in here so you can see it. It's so cute on her. I thought that was so adorable. But then look at this.
This is what took a lot of time.
Look at that cute vest.
It's super fun.
Let's see, the yarn that we used for this was a DK weight.
Yeah.
And it's Yarnaceous fibers. And I had bought a kit probably a couple years ago, and it was meant to go with the Autumn Doodle deck. So it had a full skein of this cream right here. It was 100 grams. And then it had 50 grams of this rust color, the blue, the pink, and the brown. Is that right?
It had more of the rust color than it did the blue, pink, and brown.
So the rust, it had 100 grams as well?
Yes.
Okay, so there was 100 grams of or was there only 50 of the cream?
No, there was 100 of the rust and of the cream.
Okay.
And then 50 of the other ones.
50 of the blue and the pink and the brown?
Yeah.
And then I just added in, we got her, this cream from Yarnaceous is not just a bare yarn, it's a dyed one. But then we got some bare yarn just out of my stock for her, some DK weight. Look at that.
It has the same trim from the headband on it.
So cute. So this is the front. So how many total squares did you make?
There are 30 and 2 halves.
So these are the half squares right here that she put in the, kind of in the transition at the armhole. But she found that she did not need it in the back.
No.
In fact, when we tried it on with, after you had added those parts, you could really tell that if you had put it in the back, it wouldn't have fit as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then how did we do you did the border on the bottom, all the way around.
Same way as I did on the headband.
Now it looks like you crocheted an entire round.
And then I added them to each square.
Of the first granny stripe. And then you went back and did, when you did it, did you do all the second rows all the way around?
No.
Or did you just do a complete point for each one?
A complete point at a time.
What hook size did you use? Do you remember?
It was a 4mm.
4mm? Isn't that so cute? And she finished it so beautifully.
Front. I also like the back because all the squares on the back are fun too. It was also fun because I managed to make all of the squares different so none of them fully match each other.
Isn't that great?
And so it's kind of mismatched, but it's fun.
We'll put a picture in here of her wearing this as well.
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos. It's kind of your style. And then we were trying to decide what to do for the trim around the neck. And in the end, we decided it didn't need it at all, actually.
Really.
Her finishing is so clean. So we didn't do any trim there. But we did do knitted 1x1 rib around the armholes.
And I started that, but I asked you to finish it for me because I just really don't enjoy knitting that much.
She picked up all the stitches for the first armhole and knit, what, 3 rounds of the ribbing? And then at that point, it was late at night and she really wanted to wear it the next day. She's like, Mom.
Help me.
It was a great trade. I knitted your armband trim and you cleaned the kitchen.
I did clean the kitchen.
It was a great trade. I didn't even tell her to do it. She just did it. It was great.
I didn't have anything else to do going on.
What a darn shame. Let me see. I'll just sit here and knit and you clean the kitchen. It's a bummer.
Yeah. How dare.
So what else do you want to crochet?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I think I want to make like a swimsuit cover, kind of like short thing for the summer.
A swimsuit cover short thing? I need more details than that.
It's also granny squares, but it's like a little like wrap skirt short thing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Wearing to like pools or the beach or something.
Okay, like a skirt to wherever you're swimming. Okay,
Yeah,
I get it. I get what you mean.
That describes it better.
Okay, that sounds fun. But you're all about the granny squares still.
I like them. I want to do other stuff too, though. But
yeah.
I know how to make the granny squares right now, so it's easier.
That's so great. Isn't that cute? I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed.
I think it's fun.
I'm really impressed because not just that you were interested in it, because, I mean, we all can be interested in it, but that you were so, like, consistently working on it, and that your finishing is so beautiful. Like, they look really sharp. So she's really consistent with her gauge, too, which makes it look really good. Much tighter than me. I have a really loosey-goosey crochet gauge, so... Beautiful. I love it. It's awesome.
I think it's inside out right now, actually.
I don't think so.
It is inside out.
It is?
It is.
You could not even tell. That looked so good. Are you serious?
It was inside out.
Oh my gosh, it looked so good. I didn't even realize I was showing it inside out.
That's how it's meant to look.
Here we go. It's so cute.
You can tell because the stitching on the back.
Well, I'm just surprised I didn't notice when I was showing off where you picked up stitches, because that's what I was showing you. But that's what it looks like. That's funny. Cute, cute, cute. I love it. Okay, we'll need to make sure to take a picture of you with your headband and a picture with your vest on.
Sounds good.
So we can share it with everybody.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we'll say goodbye to Abby.
Bye.
She's so cute. It's been really fun to see her so excited about knitting and everything. She's probably going to do a little bit of work for me, at least for the next little bit. She's looking for a job right now, but for the next little bit, she'll probably do some work in the Yarnbrary with me. So that will be good. All right. So speaking of Yarnbrary, I am wearing my sweater today. It's still not named, but I really am loving it. I've worn it quite a bit and I still don't have photos of it, but I am knitting another sample. So I knit this in the largest size and I am knitting now the smallest size sample. This is knit in our Dumas colorway on Biography sock, and I am knitting this one also on Biography sock in our Dickens colorway. So you can see I have worked on the shawl collar. It's not really a shawl collar, the front lace panel. And now I am working on the raglan increases. So this is the front. There's the increase line lace, the sleeve, and then this is the back lace panel in the smallest size. Yeah, and I'm almost done with the raglan increases. So I will be dividing for the sleeves pretty soon, and then just working on the body. It's amazing how much faster it is to knit a small size sweater than it is a large size sweater. But I'm really enjoying that. So that is coming along. And once I get this one done and blocked, it'll be time for us to do photos. And then I can start laying out the pattern. It's really hard, at least for me. Maybe other people, this isn't as big of a deal, but I need the pictures before I can really see how I want the layout of my printed pattern to look. I think it's a little easier if it's for socks or something like that, where I can go, oh, I know I'm gonna want a picture of the cuff, and I know I'm gonna want a picture of the leg and the heel and the foot and the toe, and then one of all of it, you know. I can kind of get an image of that in my mind so I can save space for those photos and just lay things out. But when it comes to something like this, I am not quite sure. This is my first sweater pattern that I will be doing all these photos for. And so I just don't have an image in my head of what what the space is that I will need for photos. And I'm a really visual person. I like charts rather than written instructions for lace and color work. Well, you don't really get color work written instructions much, but you know what I'm saying. I like charts. I like to have visuals. And so I want pictures that show me details. And sometimes instead of like reading the pattern, wait, how many repeats does it say I'm supposed to do? I will just go look at the pattern and count them because it's easier for my brain to wrap around that. So I want good pictures. So once I get the photos done, I'll be able to work on getting the printed pattern really put together and then getting it ready for editing and test knitters. So it's taking time, but I'm so proud of it. I really love this cardigan, and I've worn it quite a bit. Like I said, it's just my kind of a thing. So I hope it's gonna turn out just as beautiful as I want it to be, you know, for people. So that is my biggest current work in progress. Oh, I was going to show you Aria's gift though. I got ahead of myself and started in on works in progress instead of finished objects. So I'm going to show you finished objects. There's craziness with my children in the background. Hopefully I can finish this up. And the sun has now come out, so it's super bright. It's great. The snow is done, I guess. All right, so my daughter's birthday gift I'm excited to share with you. About, let's see, a year and a half ago or so, my sister Deborah of Candy Shop Yarns had a trunk show at Petty Forum Pearls, which is a local yarn store here in Utah. Cutest place. And she had this set that I fell in love with. And in fact, I bought this two of my really close friends bought the same set all at the same time, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And it was a skein of boucle, fingering weight boucle yarn, and a skein of lace weight mohair. And here's a picture of me cradling it like a baby. It was just so pretty. And I bought it with the intention to design a shawl with it. But then it wasn't too much longer. In fact, it probably was only a year ago that this happened, but it wasn't too much longer after that we ended up opening up Yarnbrary, and I got really focused on, you know, either dyeing our yarns or making and designing with our yarns. And I've had this set just sitting in my sewing room, kind of in pride of place, wanting to do something with it. And as we were coming up to my daughter's birthday, who is the biggest lover of pink, like even more than me, I knew I had to make something with it for her. So I designed this shawl, and this shawl is going to be called the Strawberry Bay shawl. And here it is. It's so fun. Look at that. It's got the fun curly edges, which I adore. It's a crescent shaped shawl. And it's just so perfect for my daughter. It's lighter than air. It's so light and lovely. And it's knit in alternating sections of garter stitch with the boucle, so that you can just let those fun little bobbly bits show. And then lace sections knit with the mohair. I believe that for Candy Shop Yarns, this base is called her truffle base. And then this is her cotton candy base. And yeah, I think that she's going to be adding more of these to her shop soon as well, but I don't know the details on exactly when that's happening. So it's just so fun. I loved making it. And because of the mohair, it really, like I said, it's just light and floaty and beautiful. And I just had so much fun with it. Isn't that just fun? I really love the pointed border with the boucle as the edge. I knit a row, and then, what did I do? I knit 2 rows and then did the bind off with that. So this shawl, I will be also doing patterns, writing the pattern up and getting photos done. So I gave this to my daughter for her birthday, and then I said, I'm sorry, but I have to take it right back so I can get photos taken. Oh, it smells really good. What wool wash do you guys like to use? This one smells amazing. I have to find out what Deborah uses. I actually didn't even put a wool wash in it when I blocked it because I was in a hurry and I didn't have any right where I was at the sink that I used, because I just did it up in my bedroom and bathroom area. And so that smell is whatever wool wash she used. But oh, isn't it just fun? It's just so fun. It's got a lovely good size, not too big, but nice and large still, or not too big, but not too small. And again, I'm a big fan of a curly end, a curly edge. So again, this is going to be called Strawberry Bay. And of course you could knit it out of a regular fingering weight yarn and a mohair or a surrey, but I think the textures just really make it. I feel like the textures are the star of the show here. The lace is really pretty too, of course. But anyway, isn't that fun? And my daughter absolutely loved it. She was thrilled with it and also very understanding when I said I needed to take it back. I finished it the night before her birthday, blocked it that next day, and I kept going, drive faster, I need to get it to her. So that's Strawberry Bay, named after a bay here at the Strawberry Reservoir in Utah. What else do I have going on? I have one last work in progress, And then I will show you some fun yarns for the shop and talk to you about yarn for 2025 in the Yarnbrary. I just barely cast this on today. Actually, it's just the baby beginnings of a hat for Richard. I knit him a hat a while ago, and it's not the Musselburgh hat, but it's the same concept where it's 2 layers. It's one of those where I actually did a provisional cast on, knit ribbing, knit the hat, then you unravel the provisional cast on, and the other direction, knit ribbing, knit hat. So it's extra thick when you fold that brim up, that ribbed brim, you get, these lots of layers covering your ears. But I just made it too big, and he still wears it, but it kind of drives him crazy. So I told him I was gonna knit him a simpler hat, and I kind of looked around for hats that were lower in the back. I found 2 patterns. One is called the 1898 hat, and it's one where you knit the brim this like around, and it has ear flaps, but I could just lower the back of it. Like when you lower for the ear flaps, you could just keep it low. But the more I looked at it, I thought he is actually gonna not like that hat. It's gonna drive him crazy just because of the construction of it. And I honestly didn't want to knit it. Plus it was for worsted weight, and I wanted to do a DK. The other one was called like the little pumpkin, and it's another one where it's got ear flaps, or even longer, a little bit longer in the back, but it's all over texture, has a little bloopy top. Both of those patterns go from like child size up to adult, but I think both were worsted, and they're the only 2 patterns I found that either it would be easy for me to change it so it was longer in the back, or it already included that. In the end, I've decided I'm just gonna knit him a hat that fits him better, and it will probably solve the problem. So I have cast on this hat. It's just going to be really simple, 112 stitches. I am using our Hugo colorway, and I'm using it on Biography sock because I just love our Biography base so much, but I'm holding it double for a DK weight. And I'm knitting the brim on a US size 4 needle, but then I will go up to a 6 for the body of the hat. So I'll do probably just about two-ish, maybe 2.5 inches of a brim, and then just do a really simple hat with kind of the just basic decreases. And I'll try it on him regularly as we go. I think part of my problem is the only other hats I've really knit for men are for my 2 boys. Both have kind of big heads, and Richard doesn't. He wears like an adult medium size hat, not an adult large hat. So I need to knit him a smaller one. So that's my baby little beginning. It's not really showing up it's looking quite charcoal. It's like a dark denim blue though. Let's see if I can get it to, yeah, it's showing up better there. It's got a little bit more blue than what's showing up there, but it's quite neutral. It's a great color. So that is what I am using to knit his hat. And I have blanket works in progress, but I'm not currently focusing on those heavily. Just mostly if I'm watching a movie or something, since they're down in my family room by my TV, and so that's when I kind of pull those out and work on them. All right, I'm gonna grab some yarn to show you and talk to you about Yarnbrary for 2025. So 2024, at the end of 2024, we wrapped up the Hogwarts Library Mystery Sock Club. And we ended it with Quidditch Through the Ages was the book that we based it on. And so because it was our last one and I just thought it would be fun, we dyed 4 different contrasting minis, one for each Hogwarts house. So people could pick which mini skein they wanted to go with their color. So I ended up with one set left of each of the 4 houses. And these are in the shop. So the first one, here's Hufflepuff. So all of them are kind of this sky blue with flecks of the different, are just of some different colors, some kind of antique-y colors. I'm trying to remember, no, I put flecks, sorry, my brain. I put flecks of all 4 of the house colors in it, but just lightly. So this one's Hufflepuff. Here's Ravenclaw. These are showing up, that blue is showing up a little bit brighter on the screen than it is in person, but the sun is just shining really bright right now. Here's Slytherin. And here is Gryffindor. They're just so fun. So I have those 4, just one of each, currently in the shop. It's listed under clubs, club colorways, or just clubs. So you can find that there. Since we're closing out all of the Hogwarts clubs, or we're done with that now, I have 2 different clubs that I'm offering for 2025. So the first one is a mystery club, just like Hogwarts was, where I will announce what the inspiration is for the month, but you won't get to see the colorway until it ships to you. And this one is based on the Shire. So every month there'll be something else based on the Shire from the Tolkien books. And this month the inspiration is The Long Expected Party. And so if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, you'll know that that's kind of the beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring starts with this discussion about this big party, the big birthday party, celebrating Bilbo and Frodo's birthday. And so that is the inspiration for January. And all of our mystery clubs ship out by January 25th or the 25th of each month. And it's going to be available on Biography Sock or on Classic DK, which is a 75/25 merino nylon. So it also has nylon in it. It's great for DK weight socks. And those that listing is available. In addition, we are doing another club that is not a mystery club. And the inspiration for that one is You've Got Mail, specifically called the Shop Around the Corner. So all year there will be things inspired by the movie You've Got Mail. And the first installment, and the way this one's working is I'm just going to post the photos of what the yarn is going to look like, and then it will just be available only for that month. So they're just limited edition colorways, only available for that month. So the first installment is called Shop Around the Corner, and I have it available in Sci-Fi Sparkle, which has got a thread on it. Sorry. So here is the Sci-Fi Sparkle. I'm hoping I can get some of the sparkle to show up. I think it is a little bit. It's very sparkly in person. I love it so much. It's a gold sparkle. I also have it available on Contemporary Sock, which is an 80/20, oh, that's blowing out, 2-ply sock yarn. And I also have it available on Classic DK. Again, 75/25 merino nylon, Classic DK. So that is the Shop Around the Corner, which is the January installment for this club. So those 2 clubs are what we'll be running throughout the year. And I am not exactly sure what else 2025 is going to hold. I am scheduled to be vending at the Great Basin Fiber Arts Festival in April. That is held in Farmington, Utah, and is a great festival. And this will be my first time vending there. So I am planning on doing that, but I really don't know what else is going to happen. It's going to be different because when I reopened Yarnbrary last year, almost a year ago, I did it with the intention that Richard and I would be doing it together. But I also knew that he was looking for a job, and at some point that would happen. And so, like, I've known this, and I've kind of planned on continuing it myself. And I will. I mean, I'm committing to do my clubs. I'm committing to do my booth, but I just don't know at what level I will be dyeing, how often, what my quantities will be, and so on. I really, really, really hope to be doing at least a Christmas box again, because that was so delightful putting together the Christmas at Orchard House boxes. And I got so much good feedback. I'm so glad that the people who purchased them enjoyed them. And that brings me to another announcement, which is that I am going to be dyeing those specific colorways on those specific bases again. So it will be coming up hopefully here January, early February. I will be offering the Meg. Meg was dyed on Contemporary Sock, Joe on Yak, Literary Yak. Beth was on Biography, and Amy on Sci-Fi Sparkle. So I will be offering those colorways on those bases again in very limited quantities, but they are going to come out again. So if you had some regret in not purchasing a box, I will be offering those colors again. They won't have all the extra goodies. It won't have the very cute charms that I had made by Happy Creative Studio, but I will do the yarn again. So I'd love to hear in the comments if you are one of those people who was sad that you missed out. That will help me to know how many I should make. So that's what's coming up for Yarnbrary, what I know and what I don't know. But I do have those 2 patterns as well coming up. And I think that's everything that I had to share with you today. Hopefully Isaac and I are going to grab some dinner tonight, and we're just going to spend our last couple of days together as much as we can and say goodbye to him on Wednesday for 2 years. So it's going to be hard, but again, it'll be really good. It'll be a great experience for him, and hopefully for lots of people that he can impact. I keep looking around going, is there anything else that I got out that I was supposed to show you? But I'm pretty sure I did it all. So I hope that you have so much fun with all of your making, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.